Good morning. My name is Dianne Mancus, and I'm a yoga teacher. I'm a grandmother. I'm a mom. Mostly, I think I'm a yoga teacher. Welcome to Lesson 11. This is gentle yoga, or I think I'm going to rename it and call it free yoga, which I think is a great name because freedom is what we can achieve when we pursue the ancient practice of yoga. I'm glad you're here with me this morning, and I want you to begin on your back. I always liked it when my teachers tell me to start on my back. So let's come into a mini Savasana on your back and just notice your breath. Just notice your breath as it naturally comes and naturally goes. If it seems to hiccup someplace or seems to get stuck, just notice it. No pressure, no effort, no control. Just notice. And now let's begin to deepen the breath. Breathing into the belly, into the ribs, into the upper body, into the shoulders and the collarbone. And exhale slowly, 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 slowly. And continue that sequence of a long inhale in 3 parts. Maybe holding the breath, retaining the breath for a few seconds, and a long exhale. This is your class. You are your best yoga teacher. The whole point of yoga classes, of learning yoga, of having instruction in yoga is to learn to trust yourself as your own best teacher. Om Namah Shivaya. I honor the child teacher within. So continue breathing those nice long 3-part breaths with an inhale, maybe a retention at the top, and a long exhale. And I want to share with you, just continue with your breath. Don't allow it to be too much work. Just enjoy that nice long 3-part breath, long exhale, making the exhale a little longer than the inhale. All you need for doing yoga is your body, the way it is. And your mind to say, you're fine. There's nothing that needs fixing before you can begin. I know of so many people who say, well, when I'm able to do this, then I'm going to start yoga. And that's not necessary. There's nothing that needs fixing before you can begin yoga. One flow of energy and breath connects the full depth and breadth of consciousness. There is nowhere to go but here. No time but now. No why or how or maybe. Just this knowing, simple and complete, that I am already what I thought I had to seek. I am already what I thought I had to seek. That deep acknowledgement and acceptance, that freedom from striving. I am already what I thought I had to seek. by Dianne Mancus. I am already what I thought I had to seek. Let's come to a comfortable seated position. I like to sit up on the edge of a blanket, just my tailbone right on the edges of the blanket. That thrust helps me roll my pelvis forward, and rolling my pelvis forward, I'm much more likely to sit upright. I am already what I thought I had to seek. And we're going to circle the spine this morning, waking up the energy, Shakti energy coming up the spine, through the chakras, and the crown of the head. Maybe your circles are small, maybe they're big. And let's go the opposite direction. Bring your fingertips behind you. Come up on the fingertips, maybe, and open across the shoulders, across the collarbone. Open the heart. And bringing the fingertips in front. Now let's keep the elbows bent. That's going to help me keep my collarbone wide, my shoulders back and down, leading with the sternum. Yeah. Open heart. To love oneself. Because one is love. That's all there is. I am already that which I seek. And let's come forward again. We're going to change the cross of the legs, if that works for you. This is your class, and you're going to follow your own intuition, your own inner voice. Bring the palm of the right hand to the left knee. The left arm comes behind. Now we're going to inhale up long through the crown of the head before we begin to rotate to the left. Inhale. Now we'll keep in mind that these twists are starting at the belly button and below the belly button. That's where the twist is. It doesn't have to be too much this morning, just a little gentle twist. You can make it what you want it to be, what your body tells you it should be. Coming back to neutral, bringing the palm to the left, bringing the left palm to the right knee, right arm behind you like a kickstand or a leverage behind the spine. Inhale to lengthen, and we're curving or we're twisting toward the right. Pause for a moment, inhale to lengthen, and exhale to twist. Great, and come back out. Let's bring the legs out in front and just bend the knees back and forth. Good. Let's come to hands and knees. You're going to increase the flexibility in the spine. Maybe you'd like to place a blanket under your knees. That's great. I prefer not to. Maybe I will in a few years. Okay, maybe I won't. Maybe I should have 10 years ago. Okay, my knees are under my hips. My palms are fully engaged into the earth. I'm pushing with the pads of my index finger and my thumb especially, but with all the pads of the fingers. And lower the belly and look up. Cow pose. Exhale into cat. Bring your mind's eye to your tailbone and follow the spine as each vertebra moves in one direction for cow pose, and follow it as it moves in the opposite direction for cat pose. The movement always begins at the tailbone, and keeping your mind's eye in union with the spine brings our awareness to the miracle that this wonderful spine is for us. Inhale to lower. Exhale to arch. We're not in a hurry. There's no place we have to get. We're already there. If we're feeling anxious because you want to get on with the real stuff, just notice that. Maybe say, oh, I see you're feeling anxious. It's okay. This is fine. We'll get there. And now when you come into a cow with your belly lowered and your head up, move into cat, arch the back and lower the head. Push back into extended cat. Forward, lower into cow. Exhale into cat, come into extended cat. This is really a nice movement for me. I feel it under my arms and my shoulders, lengthening through my arms, waking every part of the body up. I don't have to wish that I had more flexibility on my left side, because I know that this body that I have is exactly what I need to do yoga. Let's come back to tabletop. Extend the right foot. The right leg is extended. Push through the heel. Nice long stretch, warming up the calves, warming up the glutes and the hamstrings. Bring that knee to the mat. Extend the left leg, pushing through the heel. Feeling that nice stretching, warming, awakening of the large muscles in the leg. Great. Let's push back into child's pose. Separate the knees. If you like, toes are together. Come all the way back, bringing the buttocks to the heels. I like to take hold of my mat sometimes, pull it away from me, and then bring my arms to the mat, forehead to the mat. We can set an intention for this class. Perhaps an intention might be that honor the child teacher within. Om Namah Shivaya. Coming back to all fours, extend the right arm and the left leg. Pushing through the front fingertips, through the back heels. The foot is flexed. And lower down. Let's go to the other side. And lower down. Come, once again, we're going to be up on our knees and extend the left leg. I saw yesterday that one of my teachers does this. She prefers that. I've always done it with the foot flat. I just try out both ways and see what feels good to you. Inhale, the right arm up long. Now bring the left hand and to the leg and let it slide down the left leg. Brahmagasana, gate pose. Notice your breath. Did your breath start to take a few little breaks? Keep breathing. And let's come to the other knee. Extend the leg. This time the left arm is coming up overhead and we're sliding down the right side. My 6-year-old granddaughter she can take that lower hand all the way down her leg. It's amazing. Keep breathing. Open the heart. Great. And let's come to, this is a pose I enjoy, but not everybody does. I like to sit back on my heels. It feels great to me. That may not feel good to you. So what you might do is separate the legs, find a block, sit back on a block, and your legs, your heels are out to the side of your buttocks. And that's pretty comfy too, I must say. That's pretty good. Or you might try coming all the way to seated with the feet out here. So I'm going to come into my preferred seating position. You come to yours. Bring your arms out to the side. Left arm is coming up overhead. Right arm is internally rotated. I'm bringing it behind my back. Left arm's coming back. And I'm making an effort here to join my fingertips. Now, I highly recommend that you use a strap here. Unfortunately, I don't have a strap handy right now. But if your fingertips will touch, that's wonderful. If they don't touch, that's wonderful. You can work your hands toward each other. Keep breathing. The upper arm is going to try to push the head forward. Keep the crown of the head over the tailbone. Keep breathing. This is the arm work for cow face pose. When you're ready, untangle the arms, bring them around. I have a lot of years on this earth compared to most of you, and I have a lot of stiffness. But you know, maybe you have a lot of stiffness, and it's not based on the number of years you have on the earth. Let's come back to hands and knees for a moment, and let's just pat out those feet, because they might be really feeling it right now. Maybe roll your ankles a bit. Okay. We're going to come back, and I'll show you what I look like from the back. This time, let's bring the left arm over. Is this what we did last? I think it is. Bring the right arm up. Internally rotate the right arm. Bring it behind the shoulder. Internally rotate the left arm and bring it back. Now, I used to be able to hook my fingers. Today I can't hook my fingers, but maybe tomorrow I'll be able to. If I had a strap, I could hold onto the strap and pull my hands closer together. Keep breathing. And unwind the pose. Good. Let's come back to hands and knees, and let's pat out the feet. Good. So let's try bending the toes. Now, I have a bunion. I have two bunions, but I have a big one on one foot. This is challenging to me. But I'm going to try sitting up on my heels with my toes tucked. And while we're here, let's just roll the shoulders. If you hear some crinks and cracks, just breathe into it. If you feel stiffness or soreness anywhere, embrace it with your breath. It just is what it is. It's nothing that we're ashamed of. It's nothing we're fighting or pushing to go away. And let's go the other way. How you doing with those toes? And come back to hands and knees, and once again, pat the feet out. Good. Oh. Now, on my hands and knees, I'm going to once again take the right foot out like I did when I was doing gate pose. Remember, we did gate. Okay. This time, I'm going to come down on the left hand, bring the right arm out, and raise the right leg. Oh, that's a nice long side stretch there. It feels great. Pulling from fingertips are moving in one direction, the sole of the foot in the other. Whoa. And let's come back. All of these are warm-up poses. They're really valuable to getting that body. You know, we don't want to just jar the body into action. We want to tenderly caress it into action. Keep breathing. And let's come back. Let's come back to seated. Bring the heels, the feet out in front of you, Dandasana. Legs along. I'm going to tuck the tailbone slightly under and bringing the hands to the hips. Shoulders, bring the shoulders up and back. Slide the shoulder blades down the back so the tips of the shoulder blades are pressing in against the back ribs. Raise the rib cage, but don't allow it to jut out. engage the belly. Pull in the lower belly and help it come up and tuck under the belly button, under the ribs. It's a great core pose, and people underestimate it, I think. Because if we're fully engaged in this pose, the backs of the legs are really pressing into Mother Earth, and the belly is rising up under the ribs. The crown of the head is long. Shoulders are back and down. There's a lot to think about here. Keep breathing. Dandasana, staff pose. Bring the soles of the feet together. I have a teacher who, excuse me while I adjust my clothes. I have a teacher who tells us to open our feet like a book, taking my hands on my feet, lifting up. And keep breathing. Sending the legs, the knees toward Mother Earth. Lifting through the heart. Nice long spine. Opening the feet. This too is a good core pose. Engage the belly, pull it in, pull it up and under. Keep breathing. And bring the legs together and shake them out. Coming. Maybe let's come into a forward fold from Dandasana. Bring the hands to the back a little bit, bending the elbows. This will allow you to lead with the spine, with the sternum, I'm sorry. The chin is slightly tucked. We're not leading with the chin. And we're folding forward with a straight spine. And we get here, and maybe this is where we want to be, and this is where we're going to stay for now. Or maybe we want to just walk the hands forward a bit. Inhale and exhale. And maybe you'll want to come a little further. You notice I'm moving my hips to get the flesh away from my hips, to allow my pelvis to really roll over so that I can fully fold at the groin. And when you get about as far as you think you're going to go with a flat back today, then maybe take hold of the feet or the toe or a strap, and if you like, round over. Keep breathing. And walk the hands back. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Lawrence Welk, right? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. You don't know who Lawrence Welk is, do you? Okay. Step, coming to hands and knees, step the right foot between the hands, step the left foot to meet it. Forward fold, Ukatanasana. Now your forward fold might look like this. And that's great. That's wonderful. We're not going to hang out here. We're going to have our hands on something. Maybe you want to take the hand to the back of the calves. Maybe not. Maybe you're already where your body's telling you to go. And that's where you should be. Bringing the hands to the shins. Rise up halfway. Ardha, which means half. Uttanasana, which means forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana. And here again, maybe you're using the blocks. But your hands are on something. Now the key here is to lengthen between the tailbone and the crown of the head. So we want the spine as long as we can get it. Now notice when we go back to our forward fold, maybe on blocks, maybe on the mat, we're doing it with a longer spine, and we have a more complete forward fold, perhaps. Bringing the arms wide, we're going to do a reverse swan dive here, coming all the way up with a flat back, hands overhead, hands to prayer. Bring the arms overhead, palms facing. Internally rotate the arms so baby fingers are facing, and maybe a back bend. Exhale, forward fold, arms alongside the ears. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms wide, flat back, coming all the way up, hands overhead. Palms are touching now, maybe clasp the fingers, index fingers are pointed up. Back bend. Or not. With the arms alongside the ears, forward fold. Inhale halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Palms of hands are on the mat. Fingertips and toe tips are even. It will take some time to be able to get your palm fully on the mat. I couldn't when I started to do that, but you'll get there. Step the right foot back. Bring the right knee to the mat. Sink the hips. Look up. Now, finding stability, we're going to rise up. Here again, maybe pointed index finger and a back bend. Exhale, palms of the hands to the mat. Tuck the back toe. Front foot meets back foot. Plank pose. Now lower the knees. Bring the forearms to the mat, clasping fingers, lengthening through the legs again, and this is a dolphin plank. We're moving toward a nice plane, a nice long straight line from the back of the head to the back of the feet. Engage the belly. Lower the knees, come to the mat. Now, Sphinx pose. Elbows are under shoulders. Palms of the hand, forearms are flat. And maybe we'll look up a little bit. Pause here. Notice that sensation in the lower back. Keep breathing. Bring the hands so that the palms are under the shoulders and lower down. Lift up, low cobra. Bring the hands off the mat so you can illustrate to yourself that the strength is not in the arms or the hands for low cobra. It's those wonderful back muscles. Hands to the mat, lower down. Inhale on all fours or come back to plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Up on the tiptoes, keeping the sits bones as high as you can get them. As you lower the feet, notice that the sits bones are going back, but you're also going to continue to maintain that height. Think about cow pose as you send the heart toward the thighs. Come back up on your toe tips for height. Lower back down. Lower the feet, coming into downward facing dog, sending the heart toward the thighs. Relax your face and your neck. Oh, coming back into plank pose or table. Step the left foot forward. Oh, you have to get your knees down if you're going from plank to table. Okay. Tuck the back toe and bring the knee back down. Top of the foot is on the mat. Inhale halfway, all the way up actually. Anjaneyasana, monkey pose. Lower the hands. Tuck the back toe. Bring the back foot forward. Ukatanasana. Forward fold. Halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. With arms wide, it's a reverse swan dive, all the way up. Hands overhead, hands to prayer. Bring your arms alongside your body. Parallel the outside of your feet. Lift your toes. Notice what happens when you lift your toes. What happens to the arches, what happens to the kneecaps, what happens to, see that energy coming all the way up the leg. Lower the toes. Bending the knees, sending the buttocks back, Ukatanasana, chair pose. Hands could be at your waist or extended out. Now bring the hands to prayer. Take the left elbow to the right knee. So twisted chair pose. Lift the body up so you're not sinking. We're not sinking the body in. We're lifting it up. We're using our back muscles and our core muscles to keep our body engaged, not falling through the floor. Come back to neutral. And let's try the other side. Right elbow to left knee. Keep breathing. forward fold. Relax the face. Step the left foot back. Bring the left knee to the mat. The top of the foot is on the mat. Sink the hips and look up. Find balance. Asana. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step the front foot, tuck the back toe. Front foot meets back foot, plank pose. Lower the knees. Bring the forearms to the mat, clasping the hands. Dolphin plank. Notice where the effort is. Send the heels back. Bring the belly into full engagement. Press into the forearms. And breathe. Lower the knees. Bring the hands to the mat. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Raise the right leg. Split dog. Notice where the weight is distributed. Try to distribute the weight evenly between the hands, leveling the shoulders. Bend the right knee and allow it to fall over to the left. Or not. This is your class. Lengthen the right leg again, extend it, and bring it to the mat. Lift the left foot, bend the knee, and allow it to dangle over to the right. Once again, this is a twist, and we're attempting here to keep the shoulders and the hands in a line. And that twist is coming from the mid-body and the hips. Extend the leg. Bring it to the mat. Step the right foot forward. Lower the knee. Left knee. Sink the hips. Look up. Asana. Palms of the hands back to the mat. Tuck the back toe. Bring the back foot to meet the front foot. Ukatanasana. Sometimes we like to tuck our hands under our feet, or not. And if this is where you are today, you can massage your wrist with your toes, or not. Maybe you're right here, and this is a blessing. And this is of great benefit. Inhale, halfway up. Hands might be on your thighs, they might be on your shins, or you might even have your fingertips on the mat. A long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Send the buttocks back, bend the knees, come into chair pose. Arms alongside the ears. We're trying to keep the knees parallel to each other, the legs are parallel to each other. Keep breathing and inhale all the way up. Exhale to prayer. Great. I'm going to work on a balance pose, a couple balance poses. So let's try. I say try because I never know. You know, none of us know from day to day where we're going to be or what's going to be what our body's going to be ready for today. But anyway, Warrior 3. So, in Warrior 3, I'm putting the weight on my left foot right now, grounding into my left foot, raising my right leg, extending my arms, trying to come parallel with the floor. And it's a wobbly Warrior 3 for me, but it's a Warrior 3. And lower down. Good. Good. You know, whatever you can do. Warrior 3 might be right here for you. That's great. That's wonderful. Because we have the body. This is the only body that I have that's going to help me develop. So if I'm wishing for another body, ain't going to happen, and I don't want it to happen because I cherish this house, this dwelling place for my soul. Okay, we're coming to Warrior 2 on the other side. So I'm grounding down in my right leg, finding a focal point. Oh, wherever you are is good. Come out when you're ready. So let's see, I have a message here. It says, oh, please. They have a survey for me to take. I don't think so. Okay. Let's try tree. Let's become a tree. We have a lot of trees in our yard, and we just lost a tree. And we have another tree that we're a little concerned about. So trees have their own lives and their own personalities and their own bends and bents and ailments. But they continue to root down into the earth and lift up to the sky. So that's what we're going to do. I'm standing on my right leg this time, grounding down in the 4 points of the sole of my feet, the 4 corners. And finding a focal point 3 feet out in front or more. Externally rotating the left leg. And maybe we'll come here, and maybe we won't. Maybe we're going to come to the wall. Whew, having a hard time today. My pants seem to be slippery. So your tree might look like this. And this might be a good tree. Just a kickstand, or maybe to the calf. Finding balance. Bring the hands to prayer and the knee comes forward. So we're going to work on the other side. This time the left foot is grounded into the earth. I think of it, in my tree metaphor, I think of my sole of my feet sending roots down and out to provide the stability. My trunk is solid and sure. My limbs are raising up toward the heavens. And the heart of my tree is open. So bending the right knee, externally rotating, maybe coming to kickstand, maybe coming to calf, or maybe with some help, or not, your tree is right here. Maybe if I step off my mat, that helps sometimes. I'm so grateful. So grateful. And bring the knee forward and lower it down. Lovely, 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 lovely. Let's come to the center of your mat. Bring the fingertips together and hop your legs out. Okay, now you can't see my feet, but I'm going to send my left toe. Sorry. I'm going to send, now you can't see my head, but that's okay. I'm going to hop out. My left toe is headed toward the short end of the mat. It's intersecting with the arch of the right foot. The right foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Yeah, and now I'm bending that left knee, tracking it over the baby toe, keeping the knee over the heel, raising my arms. Bring the palm of the right hand to the back thigh, left palm toward the sky. Peaceful warrior, or reverse warrior. Bringing the front forearm to the inside of the front leg. Left arm is extended. Extended side angle. Coming back up, straightening the front leg, bending over into triangle pose. Send the heart to the sky. Bend the front knee, coming back, warrior two. Bringing the hands to the hips, parallel the feet. Forward fold, flat back. Keep the elbows bent. Now bring the hands to the mat in front of you. Perhaps you'd like to walk the hands out in front into a wide-legged downward facing dog. Hands come back. And let's walk over to the right foot. I'm going to leave my left foot parallel to the back end of the mat, and I'm going to bring my right foot forward, coming in to position for warrior two. Now, this isn't your cup of tea. Just come out of the forward fold and reposition yourself into warrior two. Maybe you want to wrap this front arm, maybe not. Peaceful warrior. Extended side angle. Open the heart. Straighten the front leg. Find your way to Trikonasana. Triangle pose. Keep breathing. Hand to the hip. Come back. Parallel the feet. And step the feet back together. Good. How are you feeling? Yeah. Good, huh? Coming to the top of your mat. Inhale. Oh dear. Cords everywhere. Inhale, arms wide and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Come to hands and knees. Let's sit back on our heels and come around to easy seat, Ukatanasana. Nice long breath here. Lower the shoulders. Bring your feet out in front of you with bent knees. Pick up the right ankle and place it on the left knee. Bring the hands behind the back. Lift up. This is a reverse pigeon. A reclined pigeon. Well, it's not a reclined pigeon. It's a seated pigeon. I don't know what it is, but it is a modification of pigeon. Good. Now lower that foot and let's try the other side. Use your arms for leverage. Open the heart, lift up through the chest. Pressing the knee away from you as the bent knee pushes the ankle toward you. Now, we're going to try fire logs here. And my teacher in New York said her body does not do fire logs. And she's been doing yoga for a long, long time. So fire logs, some people love it, some people hate it. But let's just see what we can do with it, okay? So, in fire logs, my left leg is bent. And my right ankle is going to my left knee, and my right knee is going to my left ankle. And this might be too much for you. This might not be where you want to be or where your body wants to be today, and honor that. So go back and try this. Go back to pigeon, or if it feels okay and something you want to give it a try, come to fire dogs. And once you're in fire dogs, if you want to begin to forward fold, that's good, or not. And come back. Okay, let's try it on the other side. This is just really up to you. You listen to your body, listen to your body, listen to your body. So you could be right here in this kind of pigeon. You could place the lower portion of the right leg on the mat and bring the left ankle to the right knee and the left knee to the right ankle. Keep breathing wherever you are. This is your class. And as a teacher, my job is to elicit from you the confidence to be your own teacher, to believe in yourself and listen to yourself. It's not matching pose for pose. That's not what it's about. And people who believe that, that's okay for them. But finding the real essence of yoga is so much more. Maybe you want to fold forward. Maybe not. And let's come out. Okay. Bringing the legs in front of you. In Dandasana pose, we did that at the beginning, staff pose. Spread the legs wide. Bring the right heel into the groin. Position the body so you're facing the left leg with your elbows bent and a long spine, leading with the sternum, folding toward that left leg. And when you get to your sweet spot, to this place where you think this is probably a good spot for me with a flat back, then maybe then you might want to round over, holding on to your calf or your heel or your toes. Keep breathing. Notice the breath. Walk back up. Let's change sides. I have a little girl waiting for me to make a birthday cake. Okay, so we're going to position the body over the right leg. And sitting up on our sits bones, long spine, walking forward. Keeping that flat back, leading with the sternum. And when you think you've probably gone about as far as you're going to go, if you want to hold on to the calf or the heel or the toes, if you want to round over, that's okay. And breathe. And the birthday cake is for her daddy, so it's really important. It's come to our back. Finding a block. Place the block under the sacrum and lift the legs. A kind of an inversion. It actually feels really good. Maybe you would rather maybe you'd like to put your legs up the wall. That will work too. You can even put a block under the sacrum when your legs are up the wall. Sometimes I like to extend my arms out. And lower the feet, using the feet to lift the body, remove the block, come to Savasana. If there is another pose you like, if you would like to do a twist, or maybe even a fish pose, whatever is in your bailiwick to do right now, don't hesitate. It is your class. It is not my class. Oh. Finding your way to relaxation. I like to tuck my tailbone under a little bit. Bring my shoulder blades under the shoulders a bit. Hands are angled out from the body. Feet are wide. If you have glasses, you might want to remove them. Or not. I am all that I was meant to be. I am enough. I am joy. I am tranquility. I am love. I am loved. And I am one with all the universe. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Or just stay in Shavasana if that's what you're able to do now and what you prefer. You don't have to come out. Allow the knees to fall to the right, coming into a fetal position. Om Namah Shivaya, honoring the child teacher within. Using your right elbow, the strength of your left arm, Come to a comfortable seated position, or just stay in your Savasana if that's what's good for you. Inhale and exhale, and we'll do 3 Oms. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you for practicing with me. It is an honor, it is a privilege. It's part of being connected to all of life, to all of the universe. So I am grateful to yoga and to you. Namaste. I'd like to hear from you. If you find these classes helpful, pass them on to others, or let me know if there's something you would like me to do differently or change. Or how you're feeling. We are the universe, we are one. And that's the truth that it seems the world conspires to help us forget. Namaste.